eat its way to travel. It must eat everything to travel.
I also want to know, will the hungry...
Respectfully as possible, Matt, hippos might be deadly in a physical sense. Have you ever heard of cyberbullying?
Joey Richter, and welcome to another edition of The Great Debate! Yes! This is the comedy game show where titans of the internet and beyond come together IRL, that's in real life, to HIO, hash it out. Make that a thing, please. Over the most pressing issues of our day, because if we can't talk about our differences and find common ground, then maybe the 9 Planet of the Apes movies are right, and we are the inferior primates. Justice for Caesar. Did everyone else watch those movies to get ready for the new one? No. Unbelievable. I'm speaking to the right crowd. Now, I am sorry I didn't mean to get a little political right there. You're probably like, wow, I thought I was here for a fun night of comedy. Free from the bull honky that, is a part of the world right now. All the tribalism, the negativity every time I get when I scroll my feed. Well, you're correct. And while my lawyers can legally guarantee you a good time this evening, it would be false of us to pretend that the madness of our capitalistic, Celsius-fueled society, not an ad, isn't constantly bubbling underneath the surface. Sometimes you just want to punch something, huh? Yeah. You just want to do it. Yeah! That hurts so bad. But let's not declaw this kitty, okay? 2 things can be true at once. We can enjoy the frivolity and escapism of this comedy show while also admitting that we really want to see Meatball take Matt Mercer to the goddamn mat tonight, am I right? So tonight, 6 performers will engage in heated discourse over some really dumb shit. There will be winners, there will be losers, but there will only be one master debater. So let's meet our first round of panelists. From the sordid world of sorcerers and cat-like humanoids, welcome to the stage, the Dungeon Masters, Ify, Matt, and Damien! Yes! 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 Very good. Hello. Hello, everyone. How we doing?
Good. I think I almost messed up the whole setup trying to do a bit with the mic stand.
What'd you try to do? I missed it.
I tried to do the swing down, like
oh,
they used
no,
to
that's
do.
a wired mic.
Yeah. Well, then I was going to do the Taking Back Sunday thing and put it around my neck.
Oh, and that would just...
And swing it back, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad we didn't do that, but it would have been good for YouTube. Ify, how's it going? What else, what's up?
Oh, not that much. Same old stuff.
Right.
Painting Warhammer minis.
Beautiful.
Doing podcast stuff.
I love that.
Getting ready for all the cons.
Oh, all the cons. Is it con season? Summer is con season.
Yeah. It was Bondage Ball. We had Bondage Ball last week. Did you go?
No, I didn't know shit. I don't know shit.
Okay, all right, I can show you some things.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect, but no, you're trying to butter me up a little bit too much. We have a debate to do. Matt, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Do you have any any snacks? Did you have any snacks before the show? I'm just thinking of everyone's got to fuel up and get ready.
I snacked myself on a full can of Ultra Sunrise Monster so I can be really good for the first 20 minutes of this and then crash.
And unfortunately, we did start about 25 minutes late, so
shit.
It is quickly run out. Okay.
We're gonna have. You didn't swing the mic, Ify.
I know what I'm saying. Well, the trick with Monster, if you need to last longer, if you punch a wall, apparently. Yeah, my friend Kyle told me that works.
Damien, hi.
Hi, Joey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing medium good, thanks. How about yourself?
Very good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you?
0. I'm off my meds and I haven't felt an emotion all day.
Yeah! Very good.
Thank you, CVS. I'm about to make it everyone else's problem.
I love it. I love it. Now, enough chit-chat, okay? As my nonna used to say, and I can say it that way because my mom is Italian.
Can I just say Italian Sign Language probably goes crazy? I've been thinking about that for like a week.
Like, it's all this? It's all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, she used to say, idle chatter is the devil's playground. And she was a superstitious woman, you know? She believed in freaky stuff like otherworldly possession, the healing properties of silver, and heaven. She used to say, Giuseppe, put away your toys or they'll come to life like in the 1998 science fiction action comedy Small Soldiers. And it's a haunting thought. The topic for round 1 is the most upsetting children's toy to become sentient. Yes! Good sound effects, thank you. Here's how it is going to work. Each of our debaters is going to have 60 seconds to present their opening arguments, uninterrupted. We will then move to the open debate round where you can challenge each other and defend each other's positions, or your own positions, not each other's. That's not the point of this. Folks, all I'm trying to say is I want blood on the microphone, okay? Then you, the audience, all right, you will vote on the winner of this round and who will move forward to the final debate later this evening. Matt, since you were the first one that responded to the email with...
Like a responsible human being.
You get to choose the order of how this round goes.
Oh, wow! I go last.
You go last.
Who goes first?
I was heavy roll for it, but I forgot my die.
Oh! Does anyone have a die on them?
Bring it here! Bless you.
Thank you. Here, do you want to do it on the...
Oh, no, we're doing this. Oh, there we go, yeah. All right, you roll first.
What's your
All
name?
right, look, here it is.
Janelle, thank you so much. She's going in the credits.
I will be rolling a 7-2. All right, Janelle. All right. This is what it comes down to. That's an 8.
8.
Come on, Janelle.
Okay.
I will beat it using the heart of the cards by rolling a 17.
Oh, okay.
A 10 is still better than an 8.
10 is still better. So,
Thank
Damien, would you like to go first or second?
I'm a gentleman, I'll let Ify go.
Don't all that. He didn't want to go first.
Okay, Ify, your opening arguments, 60 seconds on the clock.
Oh my
Start
gosh.
Right now.
Okay, look, there are a lot of great choices for the most upsetting toy to come to light. But I feel like some of the heavy hitters got massaged with a little Disney magic. That's why my pick is Mr. Potato Head, you know? Because, you know, when we remember Toy Story, he's having a good time ripping off body parts, but that's not how body parts work, baby. No, the real alive Mr. Potato Head is screaming constantly. You pull the arm off, he's like, stop! Give the arm back! That's not where the arm goes! Or if you're putting his nose in his ass, he's like, no, I shit out that now! So we got to remember, like, this is a guy who's built for pain. They knew that we're going to rip off his ears, put it anywhere, and then if it's alive, you got to start thinking about those pieces you lost. Where's that mouth at? And why do you keep having dreams about blowjobs? You know what I mean? Like, that type of thing could be happening with the Mr. Potato Head just running rampant, alive, body parts flipping and flopping.
Yes, and that is 60 seconds. Damien, you are going to go next. Your 60 seconds starts now.
Bretts. I'm not talking about having a Charlie XCX summer. I'm talking about Chloe, Jade, Sasha, and of course, Yasmin. I think of upsetting one of two ways, and brats can absolutely fill both categories. The first would be, it would be upsetting if these things were alive due to their proportions and how quickly they would die. I, for one, love pugs, but listen to them breathe, and you know, they're not supposed to be alive. Neither gods nor man did that. Nor nature. Yeah, like watching them in a sped up motion thing, that would suck. The only other option is, and I think this is the true one, look at these proportions. If these were alive, if these were sentient, we would be looking at an apex predator, the likes of which humanity would never have had to deal with before. Look at the head proportion in relation to the torso. Human heads are usually 1 to 7, 1 to 8 in terms of ratio. That's a lot of dome.
Got about 10 seconds. There we go.
To be continued.
Okay. Now, Matt, your turn. 60 seconds starts now.
Visually upsetting, biologically upsetting, very viable. What I have is ecologically and extinction level upsetting. The largest, most dangerous, deadly mammal in the entire world is the hippopotamus.
Oh.
It kills annually more than lions and sharks combined. So when Hasbro released in 1978, extremely hungry hippos.
They're double hungry.
4 of which that are never sated. Now imagine if all of these came to life at once with a need to consume everything. Have you heard of the gray goo theory? The concept in which nanomachines run rampant could turn all matter into just the entire world becomes a smattering of gray goo in the universe? We're looking at a world that would be eaten forever by hungry, fucking murderous hippos. I just get the rest of my
Wow. Okay. Now we're going to move to a couple minutes of just open debate. So have at it. Just poke holes in each other's arguments and let's see what you have to say.
Yeah, I feel like there's problems here on two things. On yours, they're trapped that way. So they're just face down, ass up for all eternity. And you chose the most fuckable toy to come alive. Like you're presented no problems.
What
do you
hole,
mean?
Ify? What hole?
I'll go back on the most fuckable toy. Most of your arguments actually say that this may well be the most flexibly fuckable toy on the stage tonight.
Yeah,
so,
I did.
nightmare for
What's a
some.
witch hole?
Yeah,
Right?
So look. See, the mouth is definitely off giving blowjobs, but you have to hear it. And this is a guy that probably doesn't have good political opinions. He's telling you stuff. He's like, I just think there's too many genders. Do you want that? Do you need?
I've been to a few clubs where you pay good money to have this experience.
Yeah.
As the most territorial creatures in the entire mammal universe, you think they'd be boxed in by this once they realized what they were and what they were capable of? They'd break free of this shit and just eat until everything was done.
But it's the toy coming to life, so it's not going to have legs. Once again, it's just stuck in a prime breedable position for the rest of its
So
life.
it must eat its way to travel. It must eat everything to travel.
I also want to know, will the hungry...
Respectfully as possible, Matt, hippos might be deadly in a physical sense. Have you ever heard of cyberbullying? You tell me that's mean, it's not mean as fuck. And there's a reason she's on top. We're looking at, these are not humans, there is hierarchy here. And we all know, say it with me, who's on top? 3, 2, 1, Yasmin.
Well, it seems like, that
Already gotten to them.
Yeah, no, look, I'm telling you, the brats, their greatest weakness is some Gen Z kid with broccoli hair. Like that dude's gonna leave them on red and just fucking ruin their whole self thing. Then they're gonna go date a comedian that's gonna fuck it up even
and they
more.
are still going. We're talking about cellular restructuring. There is no aging in whatever this creature might be. Be it now.
You just described a Real Housewife. What are you talking about?
There's
Not
a bell
wrong.
curve to that. It's no aging and then stark drop off.
Now, I have a question about the hippos. Will their necks remain as long as that? Will they also be genetically huge, long-necked hippopotamuses?
Well, in order to grow, you need to consume matter. So I think it's a gradual thing. So people don't care at first over time until it's too late. And they're starting to tear through, Pixel style, through the city, through the local neighborhoods.
Now, understood. Understood, I visualized it. Now, when we're talking about the idea of upsetting, are we talking about personally upsetting or globally upsetting? What are the ramifications each of these? I mean, I think hungry hippos, we understand what kind of upsetting results this
I'm
could be.
ecologically minded. I care about our world, our planet, and our future.
Of course. And that's
Mental
pretty
health is
upsetting.
important too. I'm not
That's
putting that
pretty
aside.
upsetting.
When the way I took on this scenario is that every Mr. Potato Head would come to life, and inside of it would have its dumb opinions, and it would scream because it's like, "Where's my arm? Where's my arm? I'll fucking kill you, kid! Come in here! Come in here!" And every kid,
there'd be
a generational.
there'd be-
ruined kids.
And one aisle at Toys R Us.
Yeah, well,
Just screaming from one eye.
and the employee who's stuck in stocking, and he's
course.
telling his friends about it. It's like, bro, we told you to get off that weed, man.
It's just I'm telling you, man, all
they all came to life.
Potato heads are
It's
screaming.
like, hey, you want to say that over here?
But is there any scientific value that the potato heads having noses and butts or something? I don't know. Is there any value to having different body parts be able to pop other places?
Well, I will say, we have now genetically capabilities to reproduce limbs inside laboratories. Perhaps he's less upsetting and more helpful to the scientific community.
That's what I'm saying.
To
Is
be
this
fit the
essentially-
future.
That does make me feel better.
Is this the new stem cell research?
Right?
I think not, because I imagine he's still plastic. Like, I feel like we all have different philosophies of what happens when our toy, like yours comes out of the toy and becomes a giant pink, purple, green, and other colored hippo. Yours gets shark teeth or something.
I'm actually very glad you brought that up, Ify. I will be taking the floor. So, going off of the proportions that we talked about, look at how small the mouths are in comparison to the rest of the face. Something with this huge of a dome would need a lot of caloric density in order to survive throughout the day. However, look at how small that mouth is. Tiny little mouth. So, the way they would have to hunt is like the piranha. The piranha can have 1/8 of its body weight consumed in 30 seconds. There would have to be hundreds of these. Now, look at the eyes. Facing forward. That is indicative of a hunting creature. It is not prey, it is predator. Also, look at the size of the eyes. Much like the owl, too big for a brain to be in there. Owls are actually dumb. We only think they're smart because of Duolingo, and we keep drawing them with graduation caps, which is a lie. So they're ready to kill, they're ready to do it fast, and they're dumb as fuck.
Well,
They
here's
can't
the
be
thing.
reasonable.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like I imagine I'm on a cliff somehow, backed up and if I'm about to fall to my death, all these tiny Bratz dolls come to life, come to get me, and then I go, oh wait, and I pull out a Stanley cup and throw it off the cliff, and they all fall to their
They
death.
don't even like hockey, Ify.
Yeah.
And I know what he means.
You just throw out a few syringes of filler.
Yeah. You're just going. Like I'm saying, this one, he's sneaky. He got parts everywhere.
Now, I'm gonna be
That's what
honest.
happened.
You see this dude on the shelf today. You see this dude on the shelf. The last time I saw a brass doll on the shelf was at a Smart and Final about 7 years ago. So if they do come to life, they gotta crawl their way out of the dump that they're buried under tons of garbage first before they can even get their piranha mouths around anybody.
Listen, Matt, if that is your real first shortened name, Bratz dolls are still going strong. Not only have they had an animated series before, but they are also extending to not just femme-presenting Bratz, but mask-presenting Bratz. It's a whole new world of Bratz, baby! And guess what? I don't go down toy aisles either, but I bet they're probably there.
And that is the time for the open debate. So now, we'd like y'all to take out your phones, and you're going to be voting for the first round. Oh, look at this gentlemanly conduct here. Let's take out your phones and vote. Is the winner of the most upsetting toy to become sentient Mr. Potato Head? Is it the Hungry? Or is it the Bratz dolls? Wow. These were good arguments. I think they're all very upsetting in some way. You know, I think if you were in a house with all of those, you'd be pissed. Now we do have a winner. So, the winner of the first round of the most upsetting toy to become sentient is Damien with Bratz.
Wow, incredible camaraderie. Damien, how did it feel to win out there? You're quoting a lot of facts. Were those real, or did you make those up on the spot?
I did Google them in the lift on the way over here. The piranha stuff I can confirm is true. I looked up the head ratio to torso situation. All of that was upsetting in and of itself, so I'm glad I could share the terror of reality with everybody watching out there today. Thank you for seeing me and my fear.
Incredible. Ify, Mr. Potato Head had a pretty sour loss up there. How's that feeling?
I mean, I wouldn't have called it sour. I'd call, people would say Potato Head's the people's choice. I'd like to look at those numbers, actually. I'd like to see what's going on, what type of collusion you all got over here, see what's happening. I don't think I lost, I don't think the truth's out there. I want the people. Look inside yourself. Ask the questions. Oh, I think I disconnected the mic. Nope.
No.
All right, we're good. Ask the questions.
Matt, how did you feel like that went for you?
I just hope what I've said tonight resonates with people, so people can start doing their own research.
and find out like what's actually happening out there with these hitposts. If we're being blind to the truth out there, it's going to come before it's too late. Nobody's prepared. Nobody's got the proper bunker set up out there in the Nevada desert, and all of a sudden we're going to have everyone in a fucking extinction level agenda here. So I implore you to go to Google. There's hippo drops about every 2 weeks. Keep an eye on the forum boards. The truth is out there.
This got real dark real fast.